Knowing how to translate a job description into a candidate search is a very important skill that every recruiter should know. So, in today's video, I will teach you how you can actually use the job description and the things that are written in the job description and put them in the filters on LinkedIn Recruiter Lite so you can actually start your search and look for candidates that will be a good fit based on the description that you have of that specific job. Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Cornelia. I usually post videos about recruitment and HR topics, and in today's video I wanted to teach you how you can translate all of the things that are written in the job description into a candidate search on LinkedIn Recruiter Lite. You don't have to actually think that this is the only way that you can do it with LinkedIn, because all of the other filters that you find on other searching platforms, like Indeed for example, are very similar with the ones that you already have on LinkedIn. In today's video I will do a technical profile, and I just wanted to do the same type of video for a non-technical profile, just because the skills and the keywords that you can extract from the job descriptions, I would say, differ a little bit between the two types of roles. As I've mentioned before in my tutorials, I think it's a good idea to do an organized search and put all of the candidates that you've been looking for a specific job in a project. If you are doing searches for multiple days, it will be a good idea to write the name of the specific position that you are looking for and also the date when you looked for those specific candidates. And this will be also useful for the follow-up messages, because here on LinkedIn Recruiter Lite you don't have the automating follow-up feature. If you are seeing the date of that specific search, you can actually remember that you need to set them or to give them a follow-up message after 1 or 2 weeks. The way that we are doing this, we go to the project tab, we create a new project. Today's example, I just chose the role of system engineer. This is a fictional job description. I just asked Gemini to give it to me. So yeah, this position does not exist. You can start first of all with the role title, which is system engineer. And as I've mentioned, if you want to do searches for multiple days, it would be a good idea to also write the date 1st of February. Here with project description, you can describe, if you have the time and the mood, describe the people that you are looking for. Also, job title, location, you can also complete all of these things. In my opinion, I don't think that they are relevant and they will just take you a lot of time. We go to creating a project. And the most important thing is go to the talent pool tab, to the recruitment search, and we need now to find all of the informations from the job description that are relevant to set them in those filters here. So if I'm going and looking through the job description, I can see the first thing, the location, the type, which is full-time permanent. Then I will go down and I will look at the responsibilities. So infrastructure design, automation and scripting. We also have here a few tech stack, Python, PowerShell, Bash, security and compliance, VPN, access manager, EMI. You can have in fact a lot of information in terms of responsibilities. I would say that the most important part of the job description is the requirements, because the requirements tells you as a recruiter the profile of the perfect candidate that we will need for that specific job. As you see here, they are telling us a lot of things about the years of experience, about the tech stack, also all of the tools and the networking configurations that they have to had prior experience with, about the soft skills, languages. Now you have two ways of doing it. You can do it manually, or you can do it with the help of AI. Because on LinkedIn Recruiter you don't have the function of using the AI searching tool, you can do it by using Gemini or Microsoft Pilot or ChatGPT or whatever other AI tool that you are normally using. So if you want to do it in a manual way, you actually need to go through all of these filters here and add all of these informations that you have in the job description. But in today's video, I will show you a combined way on which you can do this, just because I feel that when you are completing all of these filters manually, you have more control in searching and putting there the right information so the algorithm will show you the right people. In terms of job titles, we are looking for a system engineer. And because we chose this type of role titles, as you see, they have multiple type of names within it. So you can actually click on these dots and look through it. In our case, you are looking for someone who has 5 years of experience. So this junior system engineer most likely won't be a good fit for us. Web system engineer, I don't think that is something that we are looking for. We can leave it like that. Of course, if you are actually looking for someone, maybe it will be a good idea to spend a little bit more time. You will have people that are most suitable for the seniority and for the role title that you are looking for that specific job. Location. As we see here, we are looking for someone on site, either in Frankfurt am Main or in Essen. We are going to write both cities because I think that based on this job description, they have locations in both cities. Then we go to skills and assessments. And here I would say that it would be a good idea to actually use the AI programs that we chose, because you can actually copy this description, go here in Gemini, for example, and ask to give you a set of skills that you can actually put there, and also a Boolean search that you can write at the keyword sections. Okay, so basically I told them to extract all of the skills that are written in those two specific sections from the job description, and also to give me a Boolean search. We already have here the list of skills extracted, and also a list of the Boolean search. As you see, we have multiple ones. So yeah, depending on your preferences and how would you actually go and look for all of the specific candidates. Let's do the first one, just because I think that is a little bit more narrowed. So yeah, first of all, we will copy this one in the keywords section. Don't forget to press enter. And from all of the skills that they wrote in here, we can actually copy paste some of them directly in the ski sections. So yeah, we can use these ones, I would say, for the moment in the skills section. Of course, depending on the candidates that you have after this search, you can actually modify the search. So you can delete some of the skills, maybe include them at the keyword section. In this case, when you have a lot of skills, it would be a good idea to maybe write some in the skills and assessment section and write the other ones in the Boolean search here at the keyword section. Also talking about the skills section, as you see here, besides the technical skills, they also mentioned a few soft skills and also the language fluency in English and in German. In the corporate license, you have another field which is specifically for languages. But in this case, because we don't have that one, the Boolean search that we had here actually includes these two specific skills that the candidates should have, which is fluency in English and in German. Because we don't have that many filters here, you can actually use this part with keywords to ask LinkedIn to show us people that have proficiency in English and in German. Especially when you don't have that many resources, you can put everything that you want in a Boolean search and you'll have the right candidates for it. Another thing that I wanted to mention here would be about the soft skills. I won't add all of these things there just because they are kind of redundant and they are useless in your search. In this case, having a strong problem-solving mindset. With all the respect, if you have been working as an engineer in the industry for 5 years, in this case, or more, you already have a mindset of problem-solving. Because this is in your day-to-day job, and if you have at least 5 years of experience, most likely you've developed that. I don't see the point of actually looking for someone or using the specific keywords to actually look for those specific people. It really depends on what will be your focus on that specific job description, because in this specific case, I am more interested into looking for someone who is strong on the technical part, and all of the other soft skills, maybe they can either learn them on the job or they already learned them on the job. Solving problems is something that everyone that works within IT industry already has. Moving forward, in terms of the companies, from the job description that I have here, it doesn't say that we are looking for someone who has a specific experience at a company. Usually this is something that the hiring manager or the client is telling the recruiter, hey, I'm looking for someone that had experience at these 4 companies just because we are looking for someone with experience in that specific industry. But in this case, we don't have this, so we don't have to complete anything. With schools, they are asking for a degree in computer science, information technology, or equivalent. On LinkedIn Recruiter Corporate, you have this another field where you are looking for people that have a specific major or that finish their bachelor or master's in a specific field. For LinkedIn Recruiter Lite, you don't have this thing. But from my experience, people that have been working for 5 more years in the industry have more informations gathered from their work experience than they had from their bachelor that they did 5-10 years ago. Another thing will be about the fact that people that are usually working within technical fields, most likely they have a technical education. So in this case, I would say that it's a little bit redundant and it's totally fine if we don't have that specific filter. So there is no reason to panic. It's totally fine if we don't have that specific filter here, because we can actually look with our own eyes on the candidate's profile and see if they actually finish that specific bachelor or master's. Moving forward to the industries, we don't have here any requirement looking for someone that has specific experience in a previous industry. Go to the recruitment activity. This is something that you can use if you have your recruitment license shared with another person, or maybe if you have been looking for this kind of roles before and you already message people and you would like for the candidates that are in your search to actually not be the ones that you already messaged. The company sizes, again, looking through all of the requirements, I don't actually see that it's a requirement from the person to have a background in a bigger company or startup or whatever. But again, this is something that you can actually talk with the client or with the hiring manager and ask them if they have a preference in this part. Moving forward to the next filters. So we have here postal codes. We already wrote here the location, so it makes no sense. first names, last names, networking relationships. So I would say that here you can just leave them like this, because in LinkedIn Recruiter Lite, you can only message people that are connected with you somehow. So they are either in one of the groups that you are, or they are in your first, second, or third connections on LinkedIn. Recently joined on LinkedIn, this is something that you can use if you want to. I don't necessarily see the point, because we are looking for someone that has a lot of years of experience. And people that usually go on LinkedIn, there are either new joiners or people that are looking for a new job at that specific moment in time. But within tech and IT industry, LinkedIn is very powerful in this sense, and a lot of professionals already have profiles there. Years of experience. This is something that we can actually use, because here is actually saying that we are looking for someone who has 5 more years of experience. In this case, we can choose that we would like someone that has from 5 to 13 years of experience, and then update this. This filter about company is very similar with the one that we had here. And here we also have the recruitment activity that we had. So this is something that I usually like to use, the messages, but you can also use the project, the notes. Maybe you had some candidates that you had some notes before and you don't remember who were they, but you remember that they were, I would say, similar with the profile that you are looking for. You can also create here this notes tab and enter the note text. But yeah, at this moment in time, I think that this is enough. And these are all of the filters that we have here on LinkedIn Recruiter Lite. There are not that many as the ones that we have on LinkedIn Recruiter Corporate, but I think that we can deal with it. And as you see, we already have 130 candidates. And taking into consideration the fact that you can only send 30 emails per month with LinkedIn Recruiter Lite, I would say that this is a very good number to actually start your search for the first month for this specific role. Now let's have a look at some profiles. We can see here that first of all, they have been working for more than 5 years, so this is a plus. Let's look at the tech stack that they've used, which I would say that is pretty similar with what we are looking for. So this is a good sign. You can go down because I just wanted to see the university. Yeah, as you see, they already finished a technical university. And another thing that will be about the language part. This might be a problem just because we're looking for someone who is proficient in both languages. We can actually save this profile to our pipeline and contact the person anyway and maybe ask them about their German proficiency. This is another thing that I wanted to mention, that most of the people don't keep their profiles up to date, or especially for people that are working within technical professions, they don't update all of the details that are written on their LinkedIn profile. They usually update the ones that are related to their technical field and to their profession, but not all of the other things updated to their soft skills or maybe languages in this case. Maybe this person already started working in Germany and when they came here, they didn't know the language, but in the meantime, they became a B2 or C1 speaker. We cannot know this. We can only know this from speaking with the candidates. That would be all. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to check all of my other videos about the LinkedIn Recruiter. Have a great day. Bye.